This is a continuation of a problem that we've already started. We have looked at this problem, and we're going to work with just the three equations on the right. The green one, the blue one, and the red one. And I just call them equation 1, equation 2, and equation 3. So we're going to solve this like we did in chapter 3 with a three-dimensional system. We use a lot of times just x, y's, and z's as our unknown variables. We're going to use in this example just a, b's, and c's. So I've called these equation 1, 2, and 3 green, blue, and red. So step 1, let's go out and use elimination method for equation 1 and 2. This green one right here, and this blue one right there. And we want to eliminate one of the variables. The most likely choice is eliminating variable c, because right now you don't have any multipliers in front of the c. So I want to eliminate c. So if I were to add these two equations together right now, the c's would not cancel. So I'm going to multiply that top equation. It doesn't matter which one. I'm just going to multiply the top equation by -1. I'm going to distribute through. So I now have negative a, negative b, negative c, and now negative negative turns that to a positive 5. Now my blue equation just stays as it is. 9a plus 3b plus c equals 5. I'm going to add these two equations together. Negative a plus 9a is 8a. Negative b plus 3b is 2b. And then, like we said earlier, the c's cancel out. Equals, and then 5 plus 5 is 10. So we're going to work with this equation later. So I'm just going to circle it. Now let's go on to step 2. We want to eliminate, again, another c. So we're going to use equation 1 and 3, the green one and the red one. So here's our green one. That was our top equation. And our red one. If we look at them right now, if we add them together and we're trying to eliminate that same variable c, they won't eliminate. So we're going to have to multiply one of the equations by a negative. So I'm going to just take that top equation and multiply it by -1. So we'll distribute through. Negative a, negative b, negative c, positive 5. The second equation stays as it is. 16a plus 4b plus c equals 16. Let's add them together. So negative a plus 16a becomes 15a. Negative b plus 4b is 3b. Negative c plus c, those cancel out, equals 21. This is the other equation we're going to use in the next step. All right, step 3, we want to eliminate the results from step 1 and 2. So let's hint. Let's just remove the b. So in the previous thing, we had the black and the purple results, the top one and the bottom one. So here's my black one, and then here's my purple one. Let's eliminate the b. So how do I eliminate the next variable? I have to multiply maybe this equation by 3 and this equation by -2. So if I multiply this by 3, I get negative or positive 6b, and I get a negative 6b. So I have to multiply it all the way through. So I start with the first one. I'm just going to erase these here. So instead, we're going to multiply this by 3 and this by -2. So distribute to all of them. So 3 times 8a is 24a. 3 times 2b is 6b. 3 times 10 is 30. Now we'll multiply by -2 to the second equation. We get negative 30a, negative 6b, and negative 42. Now let's add those equations together. We want that b to cancel out. So 24a minus 30a is negative 6a. These two will cancel out, equals 30 minus 42 is negative 12. Now what we've done is we've eliminated two variables. So we can now solve this for a. So I'm going to divide both sides by negative 6. And I get a equals 2. Awesome. We have our first variable that we need to know. Now, step 4. Take that a, which equals 2, and substitute it in either a step 1 equation or step 2 equation. It doesn't matter which one. So remember step 1 and step 2? There was this black one or purple one. We're going to substitute that a equaling 2 in. So it's going to go either here or it's going to go there, and we're going to solve it now for b. So I'm just going to choose this equation right here. And I'm going to substitute 2 in. So 8, replace the a with 2, and then everything else stays the same. So 8 times 2 is 16. 2b equals 10. Subtract 16 from both sides. Combine like terms on the right. 10 minus 16 is negative 6. And then divide both sides by 2, and you get b equals negative 3. Now we found 2 out of the 3 variables. So the last step is to take, I just chose one of the original equations. So if I go back, here's my original equation. I can choose the green one, the blue one, or the red one. I'm just going to choose the top one. That one looks the easiest. It has less multipliers. So I'm choosing that top green equation. So here's my green equation, and I'm going to substitute 2 in for a and negative 3 in for b. So replace the a with 2, replace the b with negative 3, and c stays as it is. And now we can find our last variable. So 2 minus 3, combine like terms, 2 minus 3 is negative 1. Add 1 to both sides, and c equals negative 5. All right, we found the 3 variables that we were looking for. So here's our final step. We're going to write the equation. So here's our general equation for quadratic. We're going to take the 2 and replace it for a. We're going to take the negative 3 and replace it for b. We're going to take the c and replace it with the negative 4. So here's what our function will look like. F of x equals 2x squared plus, well, that's a minus now because we have a negative, minus 3x, and then our c is negative 4. We found our quadratic regression function.